This is first semester, chapter 3, page 8 of the exam review. This part up here is alternate interior angles is what it is that you're trying to prove. So line L is parallel to line M that was given to you. Next, you see angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. So angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. Why? Corresponding angles. Next, angle 4 is congruent to angle 2. Angle 4 is congruent to angle 2. So that would be because of vertical angles. Next, 6 is congruent to 4. Now, most of you would probably want to say alternate interior angles, but you can't say that because that's what you're trying to prove. So this one is going to be the transitive or substitution. Transitive because if you look here, angle 6 is congruent to angle 2. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Therefore, angle 6 is congruent to angle 4. So this is the transitive property. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. Or it's like you cut this middle part out, and so now you have 6 is congruent to 4. Chapter 4, first semester, doing chapter 4. So we have something in the middle here. This is the reflexive property. And if you take a look, you have a right angle. So you have the hypotenuse and a leg. And you have the hypotenuse and a leg. So this is HL. There are 5 different ways to prove that triangles are congruent. Let's go through those. So you have side, angle, side. You have side, side, side. You have angle, side, angle. You have angle, angle, side, and you have HL. Second one, you have things going on in the middle again. So vertical angles, but we don't have an angle, angle, angle up here, so not possible. Next one, you have a side, an angle, and a side. So side, angle, side. The next one, you have an X. So you're going to have vertical angles again. So you have an angle, and a side. Next one, you have an X. So you have vertical angles again. So you have angle, side, angle. Next one, you have a line going down the middle here. So this is reflexive. So you have side, side, side. The next one, you have 2 lines that are congruent here, but you don't know if this line going up and down is perpendicular, forms perpendicular angles. If it bisected up here, then you can say that these were perpendicular, but because it doesn't bisect and because it doesn't have right angles here, this one is not possible. Next one, you have a line going down the middle, so reflexive. So side, side, side. And the next one, you only have an angle and a side, so not possible. Next problem. You know that this angle is 110, so 180 minus 110 would give you 70 left. And these 2 angles are equal to each other, so you divide that by 2. So you get x is equal to 35 and y is equal to 35. Next problem, because these base angles are congruent, because you have an isosceles triangle, then you know that the sides across from the base angles are equal to each other. So 2x minus 6 is equal to x. Subtract 2x from both sides, and you're going to get a negative 6 is equal to a negative x. And because you're dividing through by a negative 1, you get 6 is equal to x.